It's Lisa from Been There, Got Out. Today's guest is, of course, another Instagram Live virgin. Her name is Jenny Acurio, and we actually know each other in real life. And she has agreed to be on. This is the first time. I can't wait to have her on because we do very different things, but there's definitely some overlap. And there she is, Jenny. So let me just get you on case. So Jenny, like I said, does something very different than me. But of course, some of the people she works with are some of you guys. And it worked. There you are, Jenny.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi,
It's,
thanks for coming on.
oh, thank you for
So
having me.
yeah,
It's a
so
pleasure.
I mentioned that we know each other in real life, which is unusual, but I'm so glad you agreed to do this. Let's start with a situation that I think we both, you don't see it as often, but I do, where because you deal a lot with immigration, we have people in our community who are from other countries who have married an American and they have children with the American, and then they find themselves in a situation that's abusive and they want to get out, but they feel completely helpless because they feel like if they leave this marriage and this relationship, they have no rights, they're going to lose their kids, and they're going to get kicked out of the country. If I sent someone like that to you, what would you say to them? What would
First
you
of all,
do?
I will tell them just to be confident and just to find the good resource. I help them, to find a good resource or to refer an attorney that can help them. And that situation, people are afraid of everything, especially when it's not your country. People he decides to find a information, or they don't know exactly where to find this information. So I help them and I guide them to find the right information for them so they can know exactly what to do and where to go.
Right. So it's not that you have no choices, it's that you don't know what choices you have. And so someone like you can help them do what's called take strategic oversight of your case. And with that, I feel like for what we do with both you and I do with our clients is we help our clients be more of a leader, like take a leadership role in their situation instead of feeling like a helpless victim. And we kind of demystify what to expect because people are always afraid when they don't know what to expect and what's going to happen, and that often paralyzes us to think like there's nothing I can do. So it's important to have resources who can say no, like I'm going to calm you down, you do have choices, and I can help you. Even if I don't take care of it myself, I could point you in the right direction of the people that can help, like you said, a lawyer. So Jenny, can you now formally introduce yourself and say what exactly you do? Because you do a lot more than I thought you did when I first met you.
Oh, sure, sure. Well, thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure. And I would like to talk about a little bit of my career in Ecuador. I used to work as um, international business in import and export. That was my solid career. When I moved here 19 years ago, I started facing all the challenges that immigrants um, face, and I had to learn another language. I had to find resources by myself, and it was difficult. And then I had the privilege to work with an immigration attorney. Unfortunately, he passed away, but I follow the passion to help people that they don't know exactly where start, where they can start, where to go. So I opened an office where people, immigrants, especially immigrants, citizen American also, they come to me and they said, okay, where I can find an attorney that can take care of my case. Sometimes they can do by their own. Sometimes they can look at the requirements all the information is online, so they can look at the requirements, and I can help them just to fill the forms, translate documents, or also in this case, like people who are suffering for um,
Oh, wait, Jenny, we just lost your volume. Oh, okay. Try again. That's okay. Sometimes it happens when someone gets a call or something.
yeah.
All right.
So
So
I
you can
refer
help them
them
translate.
to the right person that can handle their cases.
Right. And you don't just do Spanish translation, right?
No, I have a partner who does over.
Oh, wait, we lost your volume again. Oh, no.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. So your
So
partner does what?
we do over 40 languages. So we cover, Portuguese, French, so that way we can help people to do professional translations.
Amazing. Now, what are some mistakes or misconceptions that people have in these situations? What do you find people usually think, oh, it's going to be like this, that are completely wrong?
Yeah, especially when they trying to find resources, they trying to find help. They afraid to go to an attorney, they afraid to go to an agency. So I always direct them to the right place. Um, and and I told them that there's nothing to be afraid. Even if they go to an attorney and they sometimes they don't find the questions. So we make notes, we write notes, and they said you can ask the attorney this, or you can ask what happened if my case is denied. So that way they know exactly what should they ask.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like in our book, of course, it's a different topic because yours is more immigration and ours is divorce and custody battles. But that's the thing people are also afraid of at the beginning, where they're like, I don't even know where to start. Like, I don't know how to find an attorney. I have no idea what questions to ask. And I know, not to plug our book, but I'm going to anyway. So our book has a little chapter that talks about not just questions to ask, but what to expect from the relationship with the attorney, and also red flags of things to be careful of. So you help them with questions, but do you also give them tips on like watch out for people like this?
Exactly. Yes. Sometimes my clients or anyone, they don't know exactly what to sign, if they sign a retainer or what kind of form. They don't know nothing about their cases. So I teach them, to read everything if they don't understand, because sometimes they don't speak English. They can translate with somebody that the most important thing is understanding what they signing, and and um, and exactly how they control their cases.
Yeah. I mean, that is so important because in America, when you sign something, that's a contract. So then contract laws apply. And so, again, parallel to what we do, often in divorce and custody, people come up with a parenting plan or an agreement. And if you sign something and you're not aware of what you're signing, you're still responsible.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. And especially in immigration, it's very hard to understand some words, and it's a complex um, topic. So people don't know exactly what to do, or they don't understand a contract. So I guide them, what what to find, what to learn about that contract.
Yeah. Are there other mistakes that you see people make besides just thinking, oh, I'm scared to talk to an attorney, I don't want to?
Oh yes, yes. Especially these people have been through a lot of stuff. so they afraid to talk to anyone.
Mhm.
So when they come to my office, I show them empathy, I show them compassion, and they trust me. They start talking to me. They, personal stuff, personal matter. So that way I can handle and I can know exactly where to refer them.
Yeah, and I'm sure it helps, like, we're called been there, got out. And the been there is a big part of empathy, is having lived through a similar experience. So for you to also have been an immigrant and learning the language and all of the things associated with surviving in a foreign country. I know I've lived overseas and I didn't speak the language and I felt like a baby. I felt
Exactly.
completely helpless. It's a very humbling experience to not speak the language. And it's really, really scary. So I'm sure talking to someone like you who's experienced that does make people feel a lot more comfortable because they know what it feels like. And
Exactly.
empathy is so important in terms of getting people to trust you because you can say, I've lived it. Like, I know you. I know how this feels. And it is scary. And you have every right to feel scared, but I can help you get through because look, I've made it to the other side.
And yes, and have someone that speak your own language is amazing. And show the public information in your own language and translate your documents. Send the support and assist them in that way. So I have good feedbacks of my clients. They always thankful what I do for them, and I'm happy because it's my passion.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, what about some things that people can do right? Like if you know someone again at the very beginning of a situation like this, if you could just make sure they did everything right, what are some tips besides finding a good attorney to help that would ease this transition from one stage of life to something totally different?
Um, well, always I encourage them to educate themselves, so that way they know what to do in a specific situation. Um, we fortunately that everything information is on the website. If you go to USCIS, they talk about this program, VAWA, and you can read all the information and see if you're in this situation, so you can relate it with this program.
And VAWA stands for, is it Violence Against Women Act?
Exactly, it's
But it's
violence.
not just for women only, right?
It's for men also. It's just protect people who are suffering for domestic violence.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a big deal. And I think a lot of people are unfamiliar with VAWA and how significant that is.
Yes, definitely. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I have a button from back when I taught high school English that I love, and it says, if you think education is expensive, try ignorance,
Oh,
because education is so important and
and
can
now
prevent a
we
lot of
have
pain.
education in our hands. It's not like before that you cannot access to schools, but now we have education in our hands, and free education, so anyone can access to these sources.
Yeah, yeah. So any other tips for people who are getting out of situations like these? We said making sure to find someone who can direct them to the right attorney, knowing the questions to ask, learning about VAWA. Anything else?
Trust someone that can help you. Sometimes people, when suffering domestic violence, they just cover by themselves, they block by themselves, and they don't find help anywhere. So just talk to someone, and I'm sure they can get that help that they deserve.
Yeah, yeah. So Jenny, do you only serve people in Connecticut or can you serve people in different places besides just here?
I can serve people all over the states.
Okay.
Um, and I have a clients for Florida. I have a clients in Maryland. So I can serve all over the states.
Great. So now tell us, how can people find you if they need help with things like this?
They can call me, and my phone number is 203-200-0273, or you can find in Instagram, acurioservices.com, or my webpage is acurioservices.net.
Okay, great. All right. Thank you so much, Jenny.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Thank
my
you. I
pleasure.
enjoy it.
Okay,
Bye.
see you soon.
See you.
Bye.